Hi, I'm Kirby Allison, and welcome to the 2025 New York Super Trunk Show, hosted by Jesper Ingevaldsson of Shoegazing blog, Justin FitzPatrick of the Shoe Snob blog, and me, Kirby Allison. This event has grown to become one of the largest gathering of classic menswear enthusiasts in the world. We're proud to welcome a group of sponsors and exhibitors from around the world that you can see gathered here today, showcasing their incredible products. But that's not where the excitement stops. We also host the U.S. Shoe Shine Championships, and we have several different masterclass demonstrations by experts in the shoe care industry. This year's platinum sponsors for the New York Super Trunk Show include Saphir Medal d'Or, widely considered to be the leading provider of luxury shoe polish around the world, as well as Bridlen Shoes, a manufacturer of exceptionally high-quality, Goodyear welted leather dress shoes out of India, along with CNES Shoes and Charles Paget Atelier. Our silver sponsors include Blackbird Shoes, Caswell Boot Company, Divij Bespoke, Francis Waplinger, Ichigo Ichie, Optimo Hats, and Yearn Shoemaker, with 10 to 1 run serving drinks throughout the day. So join me, Kirby Allison, as we step inside this year's New York Super Trunk Show. Of course, it wouldn't be a Super Trunk Show if we didn't have Saphir Medal d'Or involved, widely considered by shoe aficionados as making some of the best shoe polish in the world. They have been a cornerstone of the Super Trunk Show series from the beginning days in London, following through to New York, and then now next year with Singapore. I'm here with Brigit, Managing Director of Saphir USA. Thank you so much for, of course, all of your support of the Super Trunk Show series. We couldn't do it without that support. But then also everything that Saphir does in supporting those of us who love quality shoes. So thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity, and we are very happy to be back here in New York.
I mean, one of the things that I think really sets Saphir apart from the other shoe polishes is the quality of its ingredients. And one of the things that I often speak about on our videos and whenever customers call into the web shop is how the quality of those ingredients does make a difference in how easy it is to produce a shine, but also in the longevity of the shine. But the better one knows how to use the polish, the more that they can get out of it. And so I think it's been interesting with Saphir here at the Super Trunk Show, hosting a variety of different masterclasses. How is that important to what Saphir is doing in the market right now?
So thank you very much for bringing it up. I agree with you. At Saphir, we pay a lot of attention in producing high quality polish using the best ingredients, but one thing is to have the best product. You also need to be educated about how to use it, about shoe care in general, but also how to apply the the products into your garments. And we pay great attention to that. And that's why in the USA, we launched a masterclass series where we teach shoe aficionados how to get to that high level of mirror gloss, mirror shine. And this year, here for the first time at the Trunk Show, we also launched this educational session where people can learn how to, perfect their mirror shine, but also about sweat care and winter shoe care.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really taking what, begun with a lot of the shoe shine videos that Preston and I have filmed, but really kind of bringing it to the ground, right? And so with the master classes, they're more interactive. You're hosting them, really all around the United States. And it gives someone an opportunity to actually kind of experience that in person, ask those questions in person, and, to kind of really try it for themselves.
That was the whole idea, not just the educational part, but also to create a platform for all the shoe aficionados, the people who appreciate a great shoe shine and who want to master their skill, also to gather together. And yes, we are bringing it to many, many locations in the United States and planning to grow that.
How many of these master classes around the United States are you hosting?
So we try to do a couple of master classes every month, and picking different locations throughout the United States.
Yeah. And how does one find the schedule for those master classes?
It's normally announced through the Elegant Oxford because Preston Soto is one of the educators, is one of the person that we work together with, and Levi Elliott is another one. But we also had the opportunity to do one master class with you in Dallas. So yes, through the Elegant Oxford.
Well, I mean, it's a beautiful setup that we have right here, really kind of showcasing the broad array products that Saphir offers. And again, the best products in the world whenever it comes to shoe care. But one of the things that also makes them the best is the nuance, right, that Saphir brings. I mean, not only in the choice of ingredients, but also in having developed very specific products for specific purposes. And I know that every year there's something new that's coming out. You know, what is it this year that might be new to someone that is here at the Supertrunk Show?
Well, this year, finally, we have the Saphir sneaker lines available for purchase. Last year, we introduced it when it wasn't available. So we just recently launched it in the United States, and I think we already spoke about it. And the other two products that we have available and actually launching here at the Supertrunk Show, one of it is this Shine cloth that is very popular in Asia, and it's finally available in the United States.
Okay.
And the other item is this edge dressing pan, which uses the Saphir Tennille edge dressing that is a professional solution. And it's filled in this pan that is for end users, making it very easy to use. It's available in black, dark brown, and neutral color. Okay,
and this has just come out?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just available in the United
States. Oh, that's fantastic. This has been something we've been asking for a long time. I mean, Saphir, again, is fantastic. I mean, I really enjoy using the Pomander cream polish with some Saphir mirror gloss on my edges and heels. But something like this that I would imagine has a higher concentration of dye would really be good for recoloring.
Exactly. And also a little bit of wax to it. So I think it's just the perfect combination of those two things that people have been asking for.
Yeah.
And again, this is a product that has been available for professionals, but you know, in big bottles that is not convenient to use. So now it comes in this pan type of like Sharpie.
A nice little applicator.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's good to know. Yeah, well, exciting. Well, I mean, there's always something here, and I know that the Supertrunk Show, we've got a lot of activities going on. I mean, Preston's behind us right now, you know, shining some shoes. We had Levi on earlier doing a master class on suede care. I think Preston's going to be up in a little bit doing something on mirror shines. Yes. And, you know, there's something for everyone here at the Supertrunk Show. So, Brigit, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kirby.
Thank you for, of course, the support of the Supertrunk Show and then everything that you do to kind of help those of us passionate about quality shoes to learn how to take care of them better.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. It's an action-packed day here at the New York Supertrunk Show. We've got Preston Soto in from San Diego doing shoe shines. We've got Tim, a mutual subscriber of both of our channels here in the chair. Tim, you know, where are you from and what was it that brought you to the Supertrunk Show?
I'm from Northern Virginia, and there's nothing like this in Virginia. So I wanted to be a part of this and learn a little bit more about shoes.
Okay.
You've taught me an awful lot in your videos, and I'm really happy with all that I've learned from you, but hey, I can take it to another level.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, tell me a little bit about the shoes that you're wearing today and that Preston's shining.
Well, I got these shoes because of you through the eBay $50 challenge.
So these are $50 eBay challenge shoes.
They are.
That's fantastic. But they look incredible. I mean, Preston, what do you think?
I'm going to peg these as a pair of shoes that someone bought for $50 on eBay.
Definitely not. And I'm going to make them look even better right now. So let's keep trying.
Well, it's amazing how far a little bit of shoe polish can go.
Yeah.
I mean, Preston, I know that you are the master of the mirror shine. You know, what would you bring to these shoes, and like, what would you recommend?
I like yellow, the Saphir yellow. It's my favorite wax. And I really use it on tan shoes to just bring out that color. We don't have any right now, so I'm using neutral, but usually I like yellow. It's a really nice color. Tan seems to be one of those shades that people really don't know what to do with. So I use Saphir yellow, Pat Deluxe, and it brings out that color. Yeah, I really like it.
And what about with the play between the Mirror Gloss and the Pat Deluxe?
So people ask me this question all the time. I think what you really need to do is Mirror Gloss first, and then Pat Deluxe for the final shine. I know we talked about that years ago. Turns out you were right. It's Mirror Gloss first, and then Pat Deluxe at the end, and it's really the winning combination for sure.
Amazing. So Tim, you found these shoes on eBay for $50, and I mean, did they look this good whenever you first bought them, or did it require a little bit of Saphir shoe polish?
It required some TLC.
Okay.
And through your videos, you gave me the confidence to be able to go out and do that and know that I could make these look good.
Yeah. Well, they look fantastic. I
Look
mean,
what we got here, yellow.
look at that yellow. We found some yellow.
It's a miracle.
So do you play around with different polishes? Like, would you, on a shoe like this, use something darker?
If you want to use darker brown, it'll bring out this kind of a shading color. You can, for sure. I like to use burgundy on brown shoes or navy blue on black. It brings out this darker than black look that I really like. So that's another option for you.
Tim, do you shine your shoes often? Never often enough.
Never often.
Probably the honest answer. I'm guilty of that as well. And do you have a favorite ritual when shining your shoes? I mean, you do it on the weekends, you do it during conference calls.
The weekends.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
Anything,
that's when I have the time, I can spread things out and not get in the way of anybody else because people are working in the house.
Yeah.
We work from home.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
But I got these shoes because I was called back into the office 5 days a week, and I had to upgrade my shoe game.
Yeah.
And because of you, you saved me a lot of money because I wasn't going out and buying $400, $500 shoes. I was able to buy $50 shoes and make them look great.
I mean, it's really amazing what you can do with a pair of Allen Edmonds with a little bit of shoe polish, maybe some new shoelaces. And you know, Preston, the master. Would you mirror shine something like this, Preston?
Yes, if they're in Oxford. Sometimes the light color, people are more casual, but you can definitely pull it off. It looks fine.
Excellent. Amazing. Well, Tim, thanks for coming to the New York Super Trunk Show.
Thank you.
Pleasure seeing you. And thank you for subscribing to the channel. And you're in great hands here with Preston. And I'll leave you here. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Preston, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm here with one of our 2025 Platinum sponsors, Bridlen Shoes from India. Of course, no stranger to the Super Trunk Show, participating in all of the trunk shows now that we've hosted. Zahan, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kirby.
Exciting to have you back here in New York. I think it's, the third year to be participating in the New York Super Trunk Show. And then, you know, of course, in London, since 5 years now?
Yes, it's been, I think, 3 years in New York and about 4 or 5 in London. I can't remember.
Well, one of the things I love so much about the Super Trunk Shows is the opportunity to meet incredible makers from around the world that maybe aren't, widely known, but are really carving out a powerful and important niche for themselves in the space of classic menswear. And I think Bridlen is such a great example of this. Based in India, doing Goodyear welted leather dress shoes, but really at the highest quality level. And so Bridlen, I found that, for someone that's looking to take that first step into that world of high quality Goodyear welted dress shoes, Bridlen has an incredible offer, right?
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Kirby, for the kind words. Yes, that's what we're trying to position ourselves as, right? The entry level, but at the same time offering everything that we can at the highest level possible.
Yeah.
The Super Trunk has been very helpful in putting us out there on the world stage.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when we started was just when COVID had hit. So it's been a while now. And I'm glad that, people are getting to know us and we're glad to be back.
Yeah. Well, I think that with Bridlen, I mean, again, entry level, I think in many ways isn't fair, right? Because it honestly misrepresents the product. I mean, it's certainly very accessible from a price point. But now being very familiar with Bridlen over the years, the work stands up against any Northampton shoemaker in terms of the techniques and the materials. So, for someone that maybe is not familiar with Bridlen, speak a little bit about kind of the shoemaking philosophy and how it is that you approach these shoes that you're making.
Okay. So we do two things differently. One is we try to marry as many bespoke processes with factory-made shoes. One of the things that we do, and we've been talking about for a while now, is the leather hold fast.
Okay.
So we don't use a rib construction, which is very common in factory-made Goodyear welted shoes. We do it the way bespoke makers do. We cut the leather channel and then stitch directly to the insole.
Yeah. Do we have a...
Yeah, we have these two. Yeah.
And so, the holdfast is, really the crux. It's the spine of the shoe. And it is, really, I would imagine what was the innovation that allowed Goodyear welting, right? So this is, glued onto the out insole, right? And it's through this that really everything's attached together, right?
Yes. And that's how most, if not all, Northampton shoes are made. But there is one flaw. This is a synthetic material and it's glued on. So there is a point of failure that could occur when you're resoling. And as you can see, this stands out perpendicular as opposed to laying flat.
Yeah.
This is how a bespoke maker would do.
It's stiffer.
It is stiffer. It takes longer to break in as well. Bespoke makers do this, where they cut the hole fast and then stitch. And then what happens is it goes back flat because and it's a natural material.
Yeah.
There's no glue.
Uh-huh.
We do this,
Wow. Okay.
but in a factory-made shoe.
Really? That's amazing. And is that on all of your range now, or is it just...
It's all of our shoes. It's all of our Goodyear welted shoes. We do this. And by doing this in a factory and by doing this on a slightly larger scale, we're also able to bring down the price and give people access to something that you wouldn't really get unless you spend a few $1,000s.
Absolutely. There's a lot of nuance there. And I know that you have the Founders 25 series, which is the ultra high premium, kind of version or line at Bridlen.
Correct.
But this is on everything.
This is on everything. This is on all of our Goodyear welted shoes.
So this is gone. This is no longer...
We've never made shoes that way. But that was something that we decided day one that we would do something different and marry the best part of a bespoke shoe.
Yeah.
In a factory made shoe.
Yeah, well, I know that you've always got something exciting to show. Again, it's one of the reasons I look forward so much to coming every single year. What is it that you have this year that's new for the New York Super Trunk Show?
Okay, so we've been selling a lot of shoes in America. The Super Trunk Show has helped with that. It's been 3 years now and the market is growing. And we've always believed that we need to cater to the market. And in the US, what we've noticed is people have an inkling to have feet that are shaped slightly differently. So we've developed 2 new lasts. Both of them are asymmetric lasts. So you'll notice that the last tilts inward, right?
Okay.
These help with fitting.
Okay.
So they derive from orthopedic shoes, but adapted to classic shoes. This was something, I don't want to name the brand, but this was something that American brands used to do in the past.
Yeah.
They don't do so much anymore. And we thought we'd bring that back. And we've done 2 lasts, 2 different shapes. And both of them have an asymmetric last, which means they should fit better.
Okay.
And they should feel better when you start wearing them.
Well, let's talk about fit because you are a web-based company, right? All of the shoes are manufactured in India and then shipped from India. How does a customer interact with Bridlen to determine the proper size? And what assurances are to the customer in terms of supporting them if that first pair of shoes isn't fitting properly?
Okay, so for America specifically, we do ship everything from India, but now we do have a warehouse in New Jersey.
Okay.
And so if there's any issues, there is a return address and we can exchange the shoes out. And it's quite transparent that way. For fitting, you just send us an email and we go through the entire fitting process online.
Yeah.
And then make sure that the shoe that you receive fits you. If not, we'll exchange it.
Okay.
And we have a local address and everything's quite seamless.
So you're not having to ship back to India, right? There's a U.S. return address that you can send it to.
Correct.
And then whatever I would imagine your team determines to be the proper size, then they would just ship that shoe back to the customer.
Exactly. You're guaranteed to get something that fits you.
Yeah.
And like I said, we have a US address, so it's quite easy and fast.
Yeah. I know that, of course, tariffs have been impacting everyone, especially the international makers. How is Bridlen responding to that, and what impact has that had on pricing and accessibility?
The tariffs aren't great, but what we've decided is that we're going to absorb them for now. And we've been absorbing them since they started off. And so the end customer just pays what they see on the website. The shoe gets delivered to you, no additional costs, nothing at all. And we're committed to the US market, right? So we've always believed that it's a good shoe, and if the service is good, the market will grow. And that's what we're committed to right now.
Absolutely. And I think that's why I think Bridlen has been seeing so much success over the years, is that commitment to making a great shoe and servicing the customer. So, your team is available to help someone, figure out sizing, right? You've got a great website with all the models on it. Returns and exchanges are very much domestically supported. Import duties and tariffs really aren't an issue. There's no surprises for customers. That's great. Well, what other kind of favorite models then do you have right now? Because we've gotten the details out. Let's talk about the shoes.
So these are our Founders Line shoes. Like I said, we've added some new colors in museum cuff. We do the about 8 or 10 stacked heels, a nailing pattern, toe taps.
Okay.
And
And what's the price point of the Founders?
this would be $435.
Okay.
Yeah, $435.
That's amazing. I mean, for far less than $500, it's really an exceptional shoe. Well, Zahan, thank you so much. Thank you for coming and for supporting the New York Super Trunk Show. Of course, we couldn't put on this event without you. Anyone that's watching, of course, make sure you go take a look at Bridlen Shoes, doing absolutely fantastic quality and at an incredible price point. So Zahan, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
And yeah, we look forward to a successful day.
Thank you.
Cheers.
And yep, we'll see you around.
I'm here right now with another one of our gold sponsors, CNES Shoes from Singapore with Alan. Alan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course, not a stranger to the Super Trunk shows. You've been a very active participant both in London, New York, and now soon in Singapore. So thank you for all your help putting that together, and we look forward to bringing this event to Singapore. Talk a little bit about CNES, because CNES is one of the shoe companies that we see here at the Super Trunk show that occupies a really special and nuanced niche of classic Goodyear welted leather dress shoes, which is really the absolute highest quality for what is sometimes an unbelievable price. I mean, the value is really off the charts, but not in a way that at all compromises the finished product, because as we can see with CNES, I mean, the shoes are absolutely exceptional.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So for us, I think we are actually a brand from Vietnam.
Okay.
So we established in 2016. So I think for us, one of our key kind of like spirit behind the brand is we try to balance, a good mix of elegance and craftsmanship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for us, our shoes, we want our shoes to look stylish, elegant, but at the same time, something that's very simple that most men they can really wear and appreciate. So that's something that we are holding very dear to our hearts, and that's something that we continue to aspire to improve for the years to come.
I mean, it's a very classic, very conservative aesthetic, right? I mean, this is a beautifully well-balanced, sculpted shoe. But one of the things that I appreciate is that you still have those nuanced elements of craft that with a leather dress shoe, at least for me, is something that had me fall in love. Can you point those out? Because, I mean, there's a lot of detail to these shoes, and certainly more detail than I would imagine initially meets the eye.
Correct. So for these particular two samples that we have, it's a hand-welted construction on some of our newest lasts.
Wow.
This is on a soft chisel last. This is the soft pointed last.
So hand-welted, meaning that the insole and the upper are all sewn together by hand
instead of via
the same way that you would see with the bespoke shoe.
Yes, correct. So in terms of small little details, for example, like in this part of here, right, there's very pronounced fudging. So it allows the shoe to have a bit of more presence.
Yeah.
So the welt is a bit longer, a bit wider as well.
Okay.
So on the waist, we kind of sculpted the waist to be tighter than most brands. Very tight, nice arrow waist. Some really liken it to like a feather bag.
Okay.
So it's something that's very special to our brand.
Yeah.
You can even find something like that on our ready-to-wear range.
Okay.
So that's something really special.
How many different collections are there then? You have ready-to-wear.
Ready-to-wear.
And what's the price point that's beginning at?
In US dollars, it's starting from $250 to about just under $300.
Wow. Okay. And then what are the other lines?
For made to order, it's a bit more. It starts from about $350 just to below $400.
Okay, depending on kind of all the
Construction, the leather, etc.
And then what about the hand-welted line?
So the hand-welted line, it starts from about $400 US, and it picks off just under $550.
Really?
Yeah.
So for less than $600, you can get a pair of hand-welted
Precisely.
leather dress shoes. That's incredible.
Calfskin, suede, of course, a bit more in shell cordifers and exotics.
Of course.
Yep. So that's something that I think it's one of our strongest key propositions to our customers. And then we hope that they can also appreciate craftsmanship at a very good value.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as I always say, value is a three-dimensional kind of optimization: time, money, and knowledge. Correct. And I think this is a great example where, with a little bit more knowledge of knowing about CNES, a little bit more time of maybe coming to the Super Trunk show or working with you through your website, you can achieve an incredible quality at a fantastic value.
Yes, that's right.
And how does it work with customers from the United States? I mean, of course, you're here at the New York Super Trunk Show. You're always attending the London Super Trunk Show. We'll be in Singapore together. But if someone isn't able to visit you personally, how are they working with CNES through the website to determine the proper size and then to design and build their shoe?
So actually for now, most of our customers communicate with us via email, WhatsApp, or even direct Instagram messages. And then most of them, they actually just purchase off our existing site right now. Okay. But in the months to come, we will be doing like a complete overhaul of the web store. So it allows customers to purchase shoes directly off the site. And it allows them to customize their shoes directly online.
Okay.
So that's something new. and we are very excited about it. And we look forward to introducing this new segment probably in the next few months to come, hopefully before Christmas this year.
And then whenever someone is working with you, over Instagram, WhatsApp, or email, you're going through them really the entire design process of, what type of fiddle do they want? I mean, how detailed or granular can the customer get and how it is they want their shoe to be made?
So for example, for our made-to-order program, for example, if they prefer to have some slight last adjustments, for example, along the instep or along the ball, we can do that.
Okay, wow.
So it's essentially like a made-to-order with some elements of made-to-measure. So that's something that we can really do.
Yeah, because my instep is one of the things that, I can find a ready-to-wear pair of shoes that fits perfectly, but sometimes the instep isn't built up enough, and at the end of the day, that can become kind of quite tiresome. But that's a small modification that you guys can make on your ready-to-wear or your made-to-measure program?
Yes, absolutely.
Made-to-order?
Yeah.
Amazing. And then what about other details here? I mean, like this has a slightly kind of spaded toe on the welt. I mean, again, small little nuanced detail that I think most would walk by and not even see. Whenever someone is working with you, are they able to, specify this level of detail?
Of course, so for some customers who prefer something more aggressive, you can opt for this spade finishing. So, it's kind of like, it's more angular, more pronounced. So if you really enjoy these kind of details, something that harkens back to the years of 1930s, 40s, you can always do that,
And something like this, what are we looking at? Less than
just under $500 US.
Wow.
Plus shipping.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Alan, of course, for your continued support of the Super Trunk Show series. We appreciate everything you do, indulging those of us passionate about quality craftsmanship and tradition and fantastic shoes. I wish whenever I was just getting started into menswear, companies like yours were around because, I mean, really, a shoe like this at this quality level, really until recently was only accessible well above the $1,000 price point. So it's really fantastic for those of us that love quality but don't have unlimited budgets. Alan, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Best of luck here at the Super Trunk Show.
Yes.
And I look forward to seeing you soon in Singapore.
Thank you very much.
One of the other characteristics of the Super Trunk Show I love so much is it's not just about shoes. It's really about classic menswear. And we have a great example of that right here. Lewis with Charles Paget. Lewis, thank you so much for being a gold sponsor at this year's Super Trunk Show.
Happy to be here.
And you're doing great work. And what I appreciate about Charles Paget is I think it represents in so many ways that evolution of classic menswear. I mean, we all start, I feel like, or so many of us with our bespoke pieces being formal. But I often say that the real zenith is whenever that filters down to your everyday casual wear. And the moment that you're having that made, you're having interesting models, created, and you're wearing it, on a Saturday or a Sunday or a day off and at work, that's whenever you've truly arrived. And that is really what it is that you specialize in.
Yeah, I think finding versatility in most of the garments, like you said, as we wear like throughout the week, not just to work. People aren't wearing as much tailoring maybe as they used to, unfortunately. So we're just trying to like, how do we take some of these beautiful fabrics that were made for suiting or outerwear and then move that into a more casual kind of wardrobe piece? So, kind of some of these examples, this is what I call a Japanese painter's jacket. So this is based off the people that sit there and paint Mount Fuji in Japan. So we've kind of got 4 pockets here, on the back, on the front, up here. And this is like completely unlined, but this is a piano jacketing fabric.
Wow. So this is a heavyweight fabric.
This is a heavyweight fabric, but we can do it in a linen, a cotton in the summer.
But I love the fact that, again, it's an overshirt, right?
Correct.
And, whenever I think about my casual wear, on the weekends or whenever I'm not dressed in a suit and tie, I really do prefer to have something over my shoulders.
100%.
Right? So, you have a dress shirt, but then you have something on over it. It still allows you to accessorize, have something interesting, but I also find that I'm just simply more comfortable.
Yeah, and you can sunnies in there, pocket square, whatever you want, but with a t-shirt, with a collared shirt, with a turtleneck or a crew neck, it works with everything. And denim, a nice pair of pleated trousers works just as well. So these are kind of some of the things, and then we've also got like our classic field jacket, which is obviously
and what is this made out of? The camel hair?
This is a camel hair, yes.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, so absolutely beautiful. And again, just like pieces that guys might not think to come and get custom or tailored. Of course you can.
It looks like.
Yeah.
You know, so often people think about tailored clothing as being only a suit and tie.
And it's not, that's what I get a lot of people saying, like, I don't wear suits, but we're so much more than that.
But look at this. This is fantastic.
This is absolutely great.
And even with the tie, right? But I mean,
with the tie,
without the tie, I could take the tie off.
with a pair of like denim, selvage denim, with, a nice scarf like over there if you want to go on like a Saturday, Sunday kind of look. It's really super versatile. And, that's what I love about like going outside the box more so than your just classic suit jacket or a sport jacket. So, yeah.
What's your thinking in terms of kind of the play between fabric and models, right? So you've got a lot of fantastic models, but also part of the joys of custom tailoring is accessing those interesting fabrics. So how do you combine those two together to create something where the sum is greater than the parts?
Yeah, that's a great question, because you get these collections from the mills and it'll say, specifically jackety. And I think maybe 5 years ago, I'd look at that and I'd be like, that's a great sport coat, or that's a great suit, and then kind of stop at that. So now looking at cloth and, maybe looking at like a denim's big this season. So looking at that and saying, oh, that's not just for a pair of pants. That might look good, in an overshirt, in a work shirt, or in like an overcoat or something like that, maybe a pea coat. But like, that's kind of where you kind of got to look and be like, think outside the box in terms, because that's where you're going to pitch to my customers, right? So,
well, it's one of the characteristics or qualities of a great, bespoke tailor or kind of made-to-measure guy, is not only, I say there's three elements of quality here. One is you have to have an opinion, right? And I think that's what you're talking about is, someone that is able to be creative, right? That's in it and sees the possibilities that where, someone like myself wouldn't, because I'm not really kind of thinking about it every day. Having opinions, incredibly important, right? Knowledge of fabric you have, it's very clear.
That's my fault. That's the reason why I fell in love with this.
And then the third one, I think, is just the attention to detail, right? And, again, looking at the models like the Japanese painter, that's, again, someone could look at this and think it's a shirt jacket, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just a shirt jacket. Like there's some nuanced characteristics to the way that's made that makes it more.
100%. And, making sure I'm creating examples for this in my showroom. So when clients come in, they can see, and that's been the benefit I just launched in Soto earlier in the year. So people
you're
being
based
able
here
to
in
come,
New York.
based here in New York, but just having people come in and they're like, oh, I've never seen that before. That looks great. What else can we do this in? And then kind of going into the certain fabrics based on their lifestyle, based on the occasions that they're wearing it in. That's how we kind of filter down to find really the perfect piece for, the client.
And do you travel with trunk shows?
I do travel trunk shows, do a lot in Texas, Florida, San Antonio, Austin, Houston, and Dallas.
Oh, you got to come in here in Dallas.
Yeah. So I'll be there in November.
Okay.
And then, Miami, I'm actually going to, and then Chicago, going there next week. And there's always some possibilities. So I try and stay like Eastern Seaboard. But actually I was in Vegas 2 weeks ago. That was good.
Yeah, I bet. For work or for pleasure?
For work. So some good clientele out there. I think like an untapped market, especially in some of those like cities out west.
Absolutely. Sure. And if someone is looking, to reach out.
Yes.
Of course, if they're visiting New York, they can come see you in Soho.
Yes.
But what about someone that maybe, isn't able to connect with you on a trunk show and isn't traveling to New York? Can they still reach out and work with you?
Yeah. I have a lot of clients that I'd say like 50% of my clientele aren't in New York.
Yeah.
So they can always start with some of our ready-to-wear patterns. We can always go off that. And I've also had people where they can go to, a tailor or an alteration place, get measured up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with, photos. I don't like to delve too deep into like maybe making 10 suits for them on one side, but
but especially for the casual piece.
For casual pieces for sure, which are ready to wear, knitwear's ready to wear, or things just as you want to start with a pair of pants and a shirt. And I do a lot of, fittings over FaceTime, which became pretty big during COVID.
So walk me through a few of these other models just to kind of see what you have.
This is a collaboration we did with Informale. They're a Melbourne-based, I guess almost like workwear tailoring brand. So Steve Calder's a good friend of mine. We met at Pity about like 8 years ago. And so they have this 1950s inspired French work shirt that they make in a moleskin. And I was like, I want something that's more spring, summer, early spring, early fall base. So we did this in a 100% Japanese cotton, which surprisingly is incredibly kind of crease resistant.
Got a nice hand.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. And again, just like another great overshirt, kind of different to the painter's jacket. It's more of, I'd say, like a, you know, bit more utilitarian looking, so to speak. But completely unlined, a lot lighter, something you could probably wear with like a t-shirt, more so than like a collared shirt, with a pair of jeans. So yeah, just super easy. And this is $595. So trying to go to,
And this is
more of an entry level
part
price
of a
point.
ready-to-wear collection, right? So
This is part of our ready-to-wear collection, along with, you know,
and is this the same
this
model
is,
but
this
different
is
color?
Same in the navy, which is great. You know, real horn buttons there.
I have to say, I love my overshirts. I use them so much, especially when traveling.
100%. And then we've got some other kind of pieces, just a simple kind of jersey pop over, which has been the hybrid between a polo and
And do you do
button
denim
down.
as well?
I do denim. So we do made to measure denim. We have about 25 different colors in kind of your collared chinos, selvage, and just kind of regular denim. So yeah, just great. We can do them in 2 different washes, no wash, you know, customize all kind of the stitching, but I kind of say no to a lot of people when they try to get too crazy. That's an important word in tailoring, no.
Well, I was having denim made a long time ago by 3x1 here in New York, who's since closed. And I called them my dress denim because I had tone-on-tone stitching, no rivets.
Yep.
And so it was a very kind of dressy denim.
Yeah, that's that.
But what's amazing is being able to access the incredible array of Japanese and Italian denims. It's like once you fall down that rabbit hole,
I know.
it's difficult to climb out.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, no, that's something that we introduced about 1.5 years ago. It's been super successful. And then we do a bunch of knitwear as well. So knitwear just made outside of Milan, in Italy, and everything from kind of your, you know, Johnny Collar polo. This is in 100% wool, and then things to like, you know, your 100% cashmere, micro fisherman's rib crew neck,
I love knitwear.
turtleneck, and I've got some other pieces on the way. This is a tech cotton cashmere kind of hoodie, which again, like guys traveling, like a little more.
Got to stay relevant to the
you
times.
go. We're trying. We're
Yeah.
trying.
Well, Lewis, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for coming to the Super Trunk Show here in New York.
Anytime.
We hope to see you back next year.
Sure.
And of course, anyone that is interested in Charles Paget, find him on Instagram, find him on the internet,
Yeah,
and can find him here in New York City. So thank you.
Awesome. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
cheers.
Appreciate it.
So there we have it, the 2025 New York Super Trunk Show and U.S. Shoe Shine Championships. What a day filled with community, camaraderie, and indulging in what it is we love most, which of course is classic menswear. Mark your calendars for our upcoming trunk shows, January 31st, 2026 in Singapore, and May 6th, 2026 in London. Of course, I'm Kirby Allison, enjoying a beautiful Manhattan from 10 to 1 Rum. And as you all know, I love to help the well-dressed acquire and care for their wardrobes while exploring the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. Cheers.